late evening, while the rat race is on by the political parties to nominate the next president of our country, former President Abdul Kalam does not rule himself out. We bring you all the growing tension and much more during the next 30 minutes as you are watching News Tonight with me, Linda Hercules. But first, let's take a quick look at the top headlines. Congress continues with its bid to build a consensus on a presidential candidate. A.K. Antony meets DMK chief Karunanidhi. Presidential elections are the talk of nation. While Kalam himself refuses to comment on nomination, he doesn't rule himself out. B.D. Sharma, the interlocutor nominated by the Maoists, says the Sukma collector is safe after meeting. A barbaric murder in Madurai as a girl child is killed in the name of human sacrifice. And while Amitabh Bachchan welcomes Sachin as MP, Sanjay Dutt says Sachin is good the way he is. News in detail. The race for the presidential polls due in 3 months is hotting up, with both the Congress and the BJP trying to build consensus among their allies. The smaller parties are crucial to both the BJP and the Congress, as neither has majority to get their choice of the president elected independently. A.K. Antony spent the day meeting with key ally Karunanidhi in Chennai, while the BJP is still trying to build consensus around former President APJ Abdul Kalam.
It was hardly a lazy Sunday for the Congress as senior leader A.K. Antony met with DMK chief Karunanidhi in a bid to build a consensus around Pratibha Patil's successor. The DMK's support crucial for the Congress, as rival Jayalalitha's AIADMK has already announced they will oppose any candidate nominated by the Congress. Sources say the Congress hasn't finalized any candidate yet, though Vice President Hamid Ansari is believed to be the front-runner. Both the UPA and the NDA lack majority in the Electoral College to choose the next president. Here's why. In the Electoral College for the presidential election, comprising elected members of the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, state legislative assemblies and elected members of union territories possessing an assembly, the UPA has 42% votes. The NDA has 28% votes. Non-NDA and non-UPA parties have 24% votes. And independents and smaller parties have 6% votes.
It's usually Finance Minister Pranab Mukherjee who comes down to Chennai to hold talks with the DMK chief. The fact that he hasn't this time around has fueled speculation that he could be one of the contenders. Sources in the DMK tell us that the name of Vice President Hamid Ansari did crop up in the meeting, and the DMK, given its pro-minority slant, is likely to sail along.
What we discussed, I will convey only to the Congress President. That I will not say outside.
For parties like the AIADMK, former President APJ Abdul Kalam is emerging as the preferred choice. Sources say the BJP too may not object, as they made him the president first time around. Kalam's name was also associated with the Trinamool Congress and the Samajwadi Party. However, both parties now say they have not taken any decision yet on the matter.
Let us wait for some time.
But are you open? Because
Let us wait for some
time. Of being
in the race? After some time you ask me.
Some other names being suggested include Mulayam Singh Yadav, but so far there is nothing to suggest he may be a serious contender. At the moment, the race for Rashtrapati Bhavan seems very much open. With Sanjay Pinto in Chennai and Sandeep Phukan, Alok Pandey, NDTV.
While various names are doing rounds as possible contenders for the elections, PMK founder Ramadas, to everyone's surprise, asked why must Anna Hazare's name not be considered for the post. Responding to the attempts taken by political parties to field Abdul Kalam for the post of president again, the PMK founder said he has already served the chair. Taking us away from the presidential election, the mediators negotiating the release of kidnapped Sukma collector Alex Paul Menon have returned after meeting the Maoists in their stronghold of the Tadmetla forest area in Chhattisgarh. B.D. Sharma and Professor Hargopal, the two interlocutors nominated by the Maoists, had gone to Chintalna to negotiate with the Maoists. There have been 2 rounds of talks so far, but no breakthrough as yet. Alex Menon was abducted by the Maoists on the 21st of April from the Sukma district of Chhattisgarh. In exchange for Menon, the Maoists want the release of 17 of their jailed leaders and a halt to the anti-Maoist offensive Operation Green Hunt.
समय हम कुछ नहीं कह सकते हैं।
सेफ है कलेक्टर, ऐसा कुछ
सेफ है तो बात नहीं।
Narrowing it down to the state, a shocking murder of a girl child in Madurai by a former Panchayat deputy chairman for superstitious reasons has caused shocked waves in the city. Rajalakshmi had gone missing in Madurai, following which a complaint was lodged. The police initially suspected that the kid could have been abducted for the jewels she was wearing and conducted investigations with pawnbrokers around the area. But later, it was found that the girl was abducted after a bribe of 8 lakh rupees was paid to a former Panchayat deputy chairman, under whose instruction she was inhumanly slaughtered, owing to a belief that human sacrifice will bring his newly built college good luck. Following this, the police arrested the Panchayat deputy chairman Ayub Khan along with Murugesan, who was hired for the purpose.
First child ஓட பிளட்டை வந்து ஸ்ப்ரே பண்ணால் அந்த காலேஜோட கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷனில் இருக்க எல்லா ப்ராப்ளம்ஸும் தீந்துரும் அப்படின்றனால இவர் வந்து இந்த முருகனும் பொன்னுசாமி இவங்க 2 பேருக்கு வந்து சுமாராக 8 லட்சம் கேஷாக டிஃப்ரெண்ட் ஒகேஷன் 3 தடவை கொடுத்து இவங்களை வந்து இன்ஸ்டிகேட் பண்ணி இவங்க வந்து அந்த குழந்தைய வந்து ராத்திரி முதல் நாள் மத்தியானமே கடத்தி ராத்திரி மர்டர் பண்ணி அந்த பிளட்டை ஒரு பிளாஸ்டிக் ஒரு சில்வர் கண்டெய்னரில் பிடிச்சி ஒரு பிளாஸ்டிக் பேக்கில் வச்சு அந்த பிளட்டை கொண்டு போய் ஆயூப் கானுக்கு வந்து பர்சனலாக ஹேண்ட் ஓவர் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. ஆயூப் கான் வந்து அந்த பிளட்டை கொண்டு போய் அவரோட இதுக்கு தெளிச்சிருக்காரு.
More news and updates on the other side of a very short break. Stay tuned.